If you want to look at what is really the difference between a great leader and a good leader, it often boils down to your communication skills. Hey friends, it's Ryan and I'm coming to you from vacation where I've got some beautiful palm trees behind me and I'm out in the sun, and I can't wait to talk to you right now about one thing that can totally change everything for you. I'm convinced whether you are a ministry leader or a marketplace leader, whether you're a pastor, whether you own a small business, whether you teach a school, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, wherever you are in your life journey, if you're leading people, this one simple truth can change everything. You want to know what it is? I'm glad you do, because I'm going to tell you. It is learning to listen. Learning to listen. You know, as leaders, we love to talk and we love to solve problems. And we love to jump in with our big ideas. And we love to let everybody know what needs to be done. And we often neglect the skill of listening. Now, if you want to look at what is really the difference between a great leader and a good leader, it often boils down to your communication skills. Good leaders are good communicators. There's really no other way around it. And one of the best ways to communicate is to learn to listen, right? A lot of times we get a leadership position and we assume that because we're a leader, it gives us the license to increase our volume, right? And start talking more. And that is not the case. Remember, if good leaders are good communicators, and if great leaders are great communicators, if poor leaders are poor communicators, then I've got to grow my communication skills. And if I'm going to grow my communication skills, I've got to learn to listen. Why? Because great communication is more than just broadcasting a message, right? It is creating engagement. And the only way to get engagement with someone or a group of people is to begin listening. So here's my question for you today, coming to you from the beautiful sunshine of Florida with palm trees behind me. How well are you doing listening? How well are you doing listening to your boss or your board or whoever you report to? Are you listening? And are you listening even between the lines? Listen to what your boss is saying and what your boss isn't saying, because here's the thing about bosses, they often speak between the lines. So you have to learn to listen to what is not being said. How well are you doing listening to your employees? Are you listening, or are you constantly just talking to them about what needs to be done? And hey, what's our game plan for the day? And don't forget to do this. Or are you taking time to ask good questions and listen? What about those of you that you work with a team of volunteers? You're a nonprofit leader, or you're a pastor, or a ministry leader. Volunteers are the lifeblood of your organization. How well are you listening to them? How well are you engaging in good conversations to hear how are things going, right? What's going on in your life? What's going on in your world? How can I serve you better? How can I make your job easier for you? How well are you doing listening to your husband, your wife, your kids? You see, this impacts every area of my life. I have to learn to be a good listener. And it starts with choosing to listen. Choosing to listen. Maybe you need to actually schedule on your calendar times to listen. And maybe you just need to block some 15-minute times where I'm going to walk around and I'm going to ask some good questions, and not necessarily questions about their job or my people's job, but questions about their life. Maybe I need to block in some time where I send some text messages, I make some phone calls, I walk down the hallway, and I just ask questions. Remember the old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. One of the greatest ways to show someone that you genuinely care is to learn to listen. Eat the frog first. Mark Twain said if you eat a live frog first thing in the morning, everything after that is going to go better, right? And for some of you that it's difficult, just choose first thing every day, I'm going to listen. Find someone to talk to and engage in a conversation. Send some text messages, make some phone calls, right? Before your kids leave for school, listen. Before your spouse leaves for work, listen, right? The better you listen, the better you lead. And it all starts with a decision to listen more, to listen better, and to listen with great clarity.